Hello everyone. It is Friday evening, Friday the 30th of May. We're almost at the end of the month. Can you believe it? I'm very happy to be here with you guys today because this afternoon we had our Zoom class, which I thought went really well. I hope everyone that was in attendance thought so too. I noticed that a few of the girls not only had their 2 hours of Zoom this afternoon with me, but are back here to be live again tonight. So welcome. Whether you were able to be on the Zoom today or not, welcome. And for those of you who are on the Zoom, please let me know how you found it. Did you enjoy it? I can show you the cards we made. Might start by doing that tonight before we launch into our Friday sketches. Okay, so the cards we made today at the Zoom class, we used the Sunrise Sailing set. You loved it, Lynn? Thank you so much. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. That's awesome. All right, so this is our first card, this one here. And it's just the Sunrise Sailing set is actually, I think, a really good value set. And it's so versatile and easy to use. So that was the first card. I've got a couple of those. I think that one's the same. Yep. So I've ended up, because I did samples and then I made them up again today as well. So I've ended up with two of each. Then we had the sunrise one, which turned out really nice. I thought that was a bit of fun. And then we have this one, which I gave everyone the option of doing it like this with this piece here on the front. And then it just opens up inside. You could decorate the inside and put, you know, a sailing boat or something like that on the inside. So I gave them the choice to do it like that, or they could do it like this, and it actually turns into a window card. Okay, so they were the two options. And some people did one, some people did the other. And so those were the cards from today. You like the sunrise one the best, Susie? I think Sheila said that was her favourite too. That was the second one we did. Anyway, it's been a great little bundle, and I'm hoping that I'll have lots more inspiration coming yet with that one because it's a really good one. Hey, Marilyn, your favourite card was the third one with the window. Marilyn, did you do yours with the window? Oh, hello, Katrina. Nice to see you. Hey, Donna. I saw that you girls were talking about hair colours and things. I'm a bit lucky. I do have some greys, but they're not incredibly noticeable, and I kind of don't mind them. They're kind of like a little bit of, I don't know, sparkly silver in my hair every now and again. But generally speaking, my dad, when he lost his hair, like he didn't have a lot of it left, but what he did have, he never went grey either. So I'm thinking maybe I take after him. Which bundle are you looking at getting? Oh, the Sunrise Sailing bundle. Right, yes. It's a really great bundle. And it's like in Australia, I think it's a really good price. It's $88, but that gets you the stamp set, the dies, and the embossing folder, all three. So I think that's a really good one. And for that, you know, it's a good price for what you get for it. So it's a really good one. You didn't do one today, but you do have the set. So you're just watching today. That's okay. Hey, Rose, doesn't matter. Never ever apologize for being late. You can be here anytime. Now, I'm very sorry I haven't said hello to everybody individually. I did see, though, that Margaret, oh, there's Margaret Gordon. There you are, Margaret. I was thinking I hadn't seen you yet, but you are here. And we've got a good crowd tonight. I see we have a couple of Margarets in our midst. And I hope that you've got grey highlights too, Rose. It's getting more highlights than colour. Yeah. Hey, Joan, nice to see you. Ah, you know what? I think some people really seem to suit grey, don't you think? Like I've seen, you know, you see some of these models and stuff with grey hair, and I think, wow, it looks so good. It looks so good on them. So I don't know that everyone thinks it looks as good on them, and I guess each to their own, right? So if you feel you look better with some colour, by all means, it's your hair, colour it. If you're happy with the grey, then that's fine too. Oh, that's okay, Margaret. I was just hoping that you were okay. You can always watch the replay. I'm going to be sending those out very shortly. I was waiting for it to upload. It takes a while. but it has finished uploading, and I'll be sending out an email to everyone who registered. Okay, so yeah, you should get that soon. All right, so tonight is sketch night. Let's switch over to the desk. I'm going to turn on the lamp because it's a little bit dark here on my desk, and let's see if that'll, oh, let's not get seasick, sorry. I'll try and stop that from moving around. Okay. All right, so we're on page 24 of our current annual catalogue, this one right here. And last week we did this one here. Do I still have that one handy? Because it was, I think it's just here. Just give me a second. This is the one we did last week. Okay, I went a little bit rogue from the sketch, so I didn't stick to it terribly well. But that was this sketch here. So we had 1, 2, 3 squares, and I ended up only doing 2. And I used, instead of this kind of funny shape here, which I think is meant to be a sentiment, I used a cloud. And then I put a sentiment on one of my squares. So that's just how I did. That was my take on the sketch. And I think it turned out well. Once again, we used the sunrise sailing set. Your mum went wide at 21, Sheila. Wow. Yeah, you know what? Everyone's different, right? You just don't know. And yep, Donna said she worked with someone who was 23 and totally grey. That's crazy, right? One of my dearest friends in the world, I remember she and I were very close, and she's 5 years younger than me. And she started going grey really, really early. And I think she was always a bit annoyed at me because I didn't have any grey hairs. In fact, I've only really got grey hairs in the last couple of years. And it's probably because I have, you know, because I had teenagers. That's probably why I got grey hairs all of a sudden. Right? As of this October, I'll no longer have any teenagers in my children. So there we go. Wisdom streaks. I like that, Siobhan. That's good. Yeah, some people go grey really early. There's just no, I think it's genetics, right? You just don't know. Anywho, we're on to this one tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4 along. Okay, 4 for this new catalogue. And I've kind of got an idea what I might like to do with it, but I haven't decided colours or anything like that. And I thought I'd just grab out a pack of paper and let's just see what we can come up with tonight. So we've got some beautiful papers currently, and you might have noticed I've been playing around with a few different ones lately. The celebratory sips is one, but this one I haven't used yet, and I thought maybe I should pull this one out and use it because I haven't. All right, and this one is called Florals in Bloom. Okay, so let's have a look at it. It's really pretty paper, and I'm thinking surely I can do something nice with that. So what are the colours in here? There's a lot of colours in here. It's Bubble Bath Cloud Cover, Darling Duckling, Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, Secret Sea, Shy Shamrock, Strawberry Slush, Summer Splash, and Timid Tiger. So what I do notice is that all 5 in colours are represented in this, all of them. Okay, so give me a second. I'm just got to get this. I've got a cord that keeps on wanting to hang in the middle of my camera, but I'm trying to get rid of it. Oh, look. Hey, you girls, here's a piece of window sheet that I couldn't find today and had to cut another one. There it is. Found it. All right. So we've got our Petunia Pop and Petunia Pop, and what was the other colour? I am not sure. Pretty in Pink, maybe? Maybe. Hard to tell. But anyway, there we go. They're like pinks and purples on the back there. These are really pretty. How nice are these? There is a matching stamp set that I don't have yet. You know, it's on the very long list. But sometimes I don't end up buying them. This is Cloud Cover, these stripes. That's really nice, isn't it? And then we've got some purples and blues here. Really pretty. And we have some Strawberry Slush. That's what this is. And this is your Peach Pie. And we've got Cloud Cover and Summer Splash in there as well. And I think maybe some Misty Moonlight in there as well. Then we have, this is your Granny Apple Greens. And we have pinks and purples in there, a little bit of Cloud Cover too. They're really nice, aren't they? You really like soft succulent? I think the closest thing we have now to soft succulent is Lost Lagoon. That's probably the closest we have to that now. Do you think they need more greens? Well, I'm just looking. We do have quite a lot of greens. Like we've got Old Olive Garden Green, Shaded Spruce, and Mossy Meadows, those kind of colours. We have the Summer Splash if you want something brighter. But if you're looking for something more neutral, like soft succulent was, the closest is going to be Lost Lagoon. So I think we're still, they do bring in new colours. I noticed this year our new in colours have no greens. And that's because last year we had 2 greens out of the 5 colours. So this year we've got none. So it's interesting to see that they've gone from one extreme to the other. You never have too many greens. That's right, Nicole. I know. Pear Pizzazz was a lovely colour, wasn't it? That was a really good colour. Yes, you could make a lot of cards with this DSP, and it's really, really pretty. We've got all of our yellows and reds and oranges in here. This is Secret Sea, this interesting pattern here on the back, and this is like a pretty floral one with most of the colors in this particular one. Okay, mint macaron. You know what, I found mint macaron a little bit bland for my taste, but yeah, I have an interesting relationship with greens. I love green, but not all greens. Some greens I'm left a little bit underwhelmed by. So I find a very light green. Like I very rarely use soft seafoam. I hardly ever use that color. I probably should use it more often, but I very rarely use it because I just find it a little bit insipid for my taste. I like something stronger. And see, Evening Evergreen, I didn't love, Donna. Isn't that interesting? For some reason, forest green is a color I'm not particularly fond of. Okay, I love a green with a bit of blue to it, like a teal kind of a green. Love that. But forest green, not so much. And emerald greens I love. Yeah, Pear Pizzazz we had for a long, long time. That was a great color. All right, so let me think about what we might like to do here. I think we want to have something neutral maybe in the background. I think that would be good. I mean, maybe this would work if we have some other colors that will go really well with it. I love this, but I don't want to use this, is too strong. So I'm thinking about what might work. I wonder if I'm just going to pull this out for a second, the Strawberry Slush. And I'm wondering if this color here, I mean, that actually looks quite pretty. That combination, the Strawberry Slush, because we've got Strawberry Slush in the center of the flowers. So that actually would work really quite well. The other one that I was thinking might go nicely, we've got the Cloud Cover, and that would go really nice with this because we've got Cloud Cover in here. So we've got a couple of really nice, I'm going to go with the Cloud Cover. That's what I'm going to go with tonight. I just bought today, I had an order arrive today, and one of the things that was in my order, for anyone who's interested in seeing it, I'm thinking about doing a separate video, I got my new scrapbooking retreat kit. That arrived today. So I'm very excited about that. It's all packaged up and all the projects are separated out. Hey, Susan, how are you going? Nice to see you. I heard it's cold down there. Oh, the name of the paper is, let me just tell you, it is called Florals in Bloom. If anyone's looking for it, it's code number 165175. It's a really, really pretty set of paper. And I'm just thinking, I like the way these two look together. And I just think that's really nice. There's some Secret Sea in here. Plus we've got our cloud covers. So we can play around with those. And today in my box, as well as the album retreat, I also got a pack of cloud cover and a pack of Secret Sea cardstock, because I usually start off, and this is what I would recommend you do as well. I start off by buying, when a new set of colors comes out, I buy the in color collection. Okay, so you might be able to see here, it's got all 5 colors in there, and you get, there's 20 sheets in a pack, so you get 4 sheets of each of the 5 colors. Okay, so can you see those there? Oh, that's okay, Lynn, don't ever worry. So these are really great. But what I find, I start out with a pack like this so I can see what I'm going to use, because it's not, sometimes I think I'm going to use a particular color and then I find I don't use it as much as I thought. So I buy the assorted packs when I'm starting out with new colors. And then as soon as I, start to run through, use up the colors and realize which ones I'm going to use the most by, you can tell pretty quickly by which ones you use up quickly. Then I go and buy more solid colors. So rather than buying all 5 colors, full packs, I buy the assorted pack and then work out which colors I'm going to need more of quickly. So you do that too, Sheila? Yeah. That's cool. You just ordered the scrapbook kit today, Colleen. It's fabulous. So, so good. I'm very excited to play with it and actually do the retreat. I think it's going to be so good. All right. So what this means is I have a bunch of cardstock pieces, and I'm just going to pull a couple out. So this is our Secret Sea, which is kind of a blue-gray, okay, almost like a duck egg blue, but really, really pretty. I'm a big fan already. I've decided this is going to be probably one of my favorite colors going forward. And then we've got Secret Sea, which is a dark charcoal, that's this color, a dark charcoal gray navy. Okay, now I've had a lot of people, and I showed the girls on our in our class today about this. A lot of people said, but we've already got a navy, why do we need another navy? It's just navy. Well, this is the difference in color. Okay, this is our current Night of Navy. It's much, much bluer than this one, which has got definitely a gray tone to it. Can you see that? And it's important to have a look at that. I know, they're such great colors, Denise. How are you, Denise? Nice to see you. I just think these are fantastic. Okay, so it does give you a really good idea of how different the colors are, and I think you can see they are really, really different. Okay, so there you go. All right, so these are the ones I'm going to do. Now I'm looking back at my sketch. Let's look at the sketch again. Now we've got this kind of, it looks like it's like a tag, but I'm going to make it as a card. Okay, so they've got a shape here that is a tag shape. Easy to make that just by doing a rectangle and cutting off the corners. I mean, that's pretty simple. Do we still have the countryside corners dies? I'm wondering if we do. Let me have a quick look. I'm going to my, and the reason I'm checking is because they may or may not be still available. They are still available and they're marked down. Okay, they were $49. And currently the countryside corner dies are only $39.20. Okay, that's cool. We like that. All right, let me quickly grab them out of my die box. Because they will easily create this shape that we're looking for. Okay, so I could just do a rectangle and cut off the corners, but sometimes I think it's easier, instead of having to measure it up and work out how much. I'm going to use the biggest one, I think. Let's see if this would be a good size. Yep, we're going to go with the biggest one. All right, and I'm going to cut that from my cloud cover paper, DSP. So I'm going to use the largest of the dies, and I'm going to put this in at the 6-inch mark, because 6 inches is how wide you can go through your cut and emboss machine. And I'm thinking, do I want my pieces to go vertically or do I want them to be horizontal? And what do we think? Do we think horizontal or vertical? There's the first decision of the night. What do you think, guys? I know, and they look really good with silver. Janine said the same. They're your favorites too. Silver and these two colors just look magic together. They're so nice. Vertical, says Moira. So this way. All right. Okay, I'm going to run it through. You were the first. Oh, and then we've got some horizontals. But we got verticals too. So the first one was Moira with verticals, so I'm going to go with that. And so I'm just going to run that through my cut and emboss machine. The thing to notice about the stripes in this paper is they're not actually, they're like wonky stripes. They're not completely straight. Okay, there we go. So that's that shape done. And I'm thinking I'm going to do a piece of basic white thick cardstock for my base. So I'm just going to cut a piece of that in half to create my card base. Ooh. I'll fold that piece in half to create our card base. Wondering what I did with my bone folder. I couldn't find it this afternoon either, but I ran a class yesterday and the desk hasn't been completely cleaned up from the class yet, so I'm thinking, oh, there it is on the table. So I'm thinking that's where they all have gone. All right. Now, while I think of it, to tell you guys, tomorrow is the very, very last day of the joining specials that we currently have this month. And it's been a really great special. The special is you spend $169, and for that you can choose $303 worth of product of your choice. Okay, I mean, that's a good deal, right? Now, here's the next decision we're going to make on our card. I'm going to come back to that, what I was just saying. Okay, so they've got it so just the top is, and I could cut this across here and just create the two sides and like a tag, or I can leave it as it is and have the four corners done. Even though I know that's not what the sketch says to do, we don't care about that. We can do what we like because it's our card, right? So this one is more of a tag. Should I leave it as it is? I kind of like the shape that it is. What do you guys think? All right. And then now the shape that they've got on top of the tag, well, you guys are all leave it. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Okay, I'm glad we all agree. So this is like, it's like a square with the corners rounded off, like an oblong kind of almost. But I think the closest I have got to that would be a circle, and I'm thinking that I want to go with the circle and I want to do it on here. So I'm going to cut this in half. This is very pretty paper, isn't it? Aren't these nice colors? All right, and I'm going to pick a largish circle. Make sure that that's going to look okay. Yeah, I think that would look good. All right, so let's cut a circle out of this, and I'm deciding where do I want it. Do I want it with these purple flowers at the top, or do I want these ones over here? Yeah, maybe I'm going to be covering up a little bit, like the corner of my circle. So maybe I'm better off having. All right, let me run it through the cut and emboss machine. So we're just cutting. This is the largest of the circles in the stylish shapes dies. For anyone who doesn't have the stylish shapes dies, you know that I will probably hit you over the head with them until you feel like you want to buy them, because these are, in my opinion, the most useful, wonderful dies. They're absolutely fantastic. I'm deciding where I would like that to go. So it goes about there. Okay, so then they've got a sentiment down here towards the bottom and another circle. Okay, all right. So a smaller circle, and I think I know what I want to do with the smaller circle. How big would the circle need to be? About that, I think. Yeah. And we have some fantastic, you might have missed it because it's really, really cool, some fantastic paper in the catalogue that is, you've got several colours, but I'm going to use the cloud cover one. Give me a second. I'll grab it out. These are really, really pretty foil papers. Okay, so I don't know if you've seen these. So you've got two different designs. So you've got like this geometric design. This is in cloud cover foil. And then this one is also cloud cover, but it's got like little flowers on it. Can you see them? Isn't that pretty? Hard to show it to you underneath the light though. No wonky circles today. I could use wonky circles. And then there's also strawberry slush. And I think, is it Pretty in Pink, the other colour? Let me double check. That's the strawberry slush. Isn't that amazing? The colours are cloud cover, Pretty in Pink, and strawberry slush. I think I've used up all the Pretty in Pink ones, and that's why there's none here. But aren't they nice? I just love them. So I'm deciding, I think for this card, it might be better with the florally design. And I'm going to have one of those. So I'll cut this in half so it'll go through my machine. So the cool thing about using a sketch, like what we do every Friday night, is because it gives you unlimited inspiration, okay? Basically, you will end up coming up with a design that you would never have come up with if it wasn't for the sketch. And it's great if you're feeling a little bit of a lack of inspiration. So the sketch is a great way to get inspired when you're not feeling inspired. Other ways include doing challenges, copying cards from the catalogue, watching my videos, all of the above will help you get inspired. That is the plan. Because my mission is to help you have a fun and easy creative experience. I want you guys to feel inspired so that you want to go and hit your craft room and know that it's going to be a journey worth doing. All right, so that's going to go there. This is going to move down a little bit. Now, we could put a hole here, but I'm actually thinking about maybe putting a bow or at the top here, so there's no point because it would cover up a hole anyway. Oh, hello, Joy. Hi, nice to see you here. That's okay. Congratulations on your decision. I hope you enjoy it. All right, so I'm going to put this. I'm going to actually put this onto here with some dimensionals. So let me grab some of those. I've got full-size ones. Where are my, here we go, minis and full-size ones. So I'm going to put, I'm glad you made it along, Joy. Ah, see, lots of girls commenting for you, and we have the best group of girls here. And I'm so glad you've decided to join our team. That's so exciting. All right, so I'm going to line this up so that it's centered, like so. And I'm going to, because I can never have enough dimensionals, I'm going to put 3 dimensionals behind here. Oh, that's okay, Joy. We'll get you there. Don't you worry. Just take your time and enjoy the process. Don't worry too much about all of those things. I know it's a lot to think about when you first join and you're not sure what you're doing, but that's okay. We're going to help you. All right, I'm going to put this to one side, and then I'm going to have that going right about, actually I'm going to have it going a little bit over the edge because that's actually what the sketch says to do. Not that I have to do what the sketch says to do, but see how the circle's going a little bit over the edge, and then it's got like a little funny shape, which is probably a greeting. And I was thinking for the greeting, I'm thinking let's use some of our ephemera packs. Now, if people don't know what an ephemera pack is, we have some really great packs that allow you to just add on your sentiments, and we could go with a black one. So we could go with, say, a sending hugs, and that would look nice, white on a black background. That'd be quite striking. In fact, that might be the go. Or we could also use the white ones. We could have any of these shapes, you know, like a thankful for you. That would look really nice there as well. So do we think white with black lettering, or do we think black with white lettering? Which way should we go? Seasoned. That's what you are. Is that what it is? So I'm just looking here to see which way you're going. So you think white, Marilyn? Is that right? Of course you would, because I know you're not a big fan of the black. The black is more striking with in my opinion, like Laura's saying black with white. Sure, let's pull one of each out. So I'm going to grab this thankful for you from the corner here. And then let's look and see what each one looks like. That'll help us make a better decision. So the thankful for you, if I pop that on dimensionals, would go like down here. And that's really pretty, isn't it? And then if we were to go with, say, sending hugs, which is the black background with the white, the white stands out a lot more with that one. But I don't mind the thankful for you either. Most people are saying black, but see, Sheila and Marilyn both said white with black text. Nicole says white with black. Can you place the card on a P? I'm sorry. I'm not sure. Now, while we're thinking about this, I'm also thinking about my ribbon that I want to have here. We have some really lovely possibilities with the ribbon. Oh, 2 cards, Sheila. Well, yes, we could do that another time, right? All right, I'm thinking I'm going to go with the white this time with the black, just for, you know, because I normally go black with the other way around. So, right, I'm going to put one there, and then I'm going to use a mini dimensional down here. You don't want much, Sheila? All right, so I'm going to pop that right there so it sits up. Looks good, doesn't it? And we're not even stamping. It's just nice and simple. Just basically placing our elements as per the sketch. So I'm going to pull out, we've got a couple of choices. Of course, we can always go with we could tie a lovely bow with the white, the sheer ribbon with the silver edges, and that's going to look lovely. This is such beautiful ribbon. I love that one. Another possibility would be the striped iridescent ribbon. That would also be nice. It's got a bit of green in it. Actually, it's got to pick up a bunch of different colors, so that would be really nice. What are other options? I have some white linen ribbon. That's not going to be in this box. That's going to be in my other box. Let me just pull this one out. So I want you to, before you vote, I'm going to get you all the options. I don't have the cloud cover or secret sea ribbon yet. I don't have those ones. I will get them. But so this is the white woven ribbon. That's that one. And I haven't even opened this one yet. Let me just see if I've got any others here. Oh, I wonder if this one is still current. I need to check and see. Well, we've got this white one, which is, what's this one called? Just says white. Well, that's not helpful. But that one is a nice white ribbon, but I feel like it might not stand out enough. But this one, if it's still current, is the velvet fresh freesia, and that would kind of go, that would go as well. But I'm leaning towards probably either the stripy iridescent or the white with the silver. What do we think? Oh, Rose's eyes I saw. Is that what's happening? Sorry. First one with the silver, says Margaret. We have a ton of beautiful ribbon right now. Really, really gorgeous. Silver, white with silver. Okay, looks like that's going to be the popular choice, and I tend to agree. It's probably my absolute favorite ribbon at the moment. I didn't offer that one as a suggestion because it's got gold in it, and the gold won't go with the card that we made. This is my favorite ribbon, this one. All right, so it's like the stripy iridescent one, but it's gold. Can you see it? So beautiful. Oh my goodness. I want to use it on everything, but it won't go with this card. The gold isn't right for... So I'm going to go, as was mostly voted for, nearly everyone has agreed, we should go with the white with the silver. So I'm going to tie a bow. And then we still got to do some bling as well. So that'll probably be the finishing touches for this card. So I'm making my bow quite small. I'm pulling it tight and then pulling the... I want it to be a little bow. And then I'm going to grab my ribbon scissors and I'm going to make them... There we go, that looks good. And I'm going to position that right there at the top. So I need glue dots for that. It's yours too, Susie, is it? I know, it's just beautiful. It's my new favorite, but it just wouldn't go with this card. Okay. It's coming together now, isn't it? All right, so we need some bling, and I'm just deciding which bling to use because we've got lots of options. I love this stuff. Absolutely beautiful, but it's got gold foil in the middle and it's not going to go with the card, unfortunately. But that's my current favorite favorite bling. It's just stunning. I tell you what, these would be interesting. These are the holographic resin dots, and those are a little bit greenish, so they would match with the leaves. But I'm just thinking, we have also got, well, these might be a good suggestion. We've got some cloud cover flat pearls. The Secret Sea in there would look all right as well, but I think the cloud cover might be the go. Or do we think Secret Sea? Which one? Let's pick one of those. Can you see them? They're really nice. So they're quite flat, but the color is going to work really well with this because those two colors, Secret Sea and Cloud Cover, are both included in here. Cloud Cover says, oh, you always... Oh, no, I thought it was Susie saying Juicy Gems, but no, it's Sheila. You think Cloud Cover? Oh, the votes are coming in for Cloud Cover. Okay. Cloud cover it is, you girls. All right, so let's go. We'll put a big one down here. And then there's small, medium, and large. So I'm going to have one right about here. And then little guy, for a bit of balance, a little higher. And there we go. It's a finished card. What do we think? Do we like this? So this cloud cover color is really interesting because sometimes you look at it and you think it's gray, and other times you look at it and you think it's blue. Okay, so it's a really interesting color. I would say it's more, the cardstock certainly to me seems more blue, but when I look at it underneath the camera light, like in the video, it looks more gray. So there we go. We have a finished card. How do we do with that? And then I've got something fun to show you that I haven't had the opportunity to show you yet. So I thought I would do, like I said, I thought I would do a video to talk about the new scrapbooking retreat kit. Currently, it's still available. It doesn't look like yet it's even low stock. So if it does go on low stock, I reckon it's going to sell out fast because all of us girls will go and tell our customers, oh my gosh, it's low stock, you need to get it now. I will give you a really quick look at it now, and then I'm going to save it up for a proper video later if people are interested in that. So it came in a box today. All right, so I've got it right here, and there is there's a whole bunch of embellishments, and there's stamps, and there's an alphabet, Lots of little bits and pieces. You see some stamp sets there. So really, really cool bits and pieces that are here in the kit. These are like set, and there's flip flaps and stuff in there as well. And then there's also page protectors for all of your pages. That's quite a lot of them because you're doing a lot of pages. And then there are, like I said, I'm not going to go right through the whole thing, but there's other bits and pieces like die cuts and words, and we haven't even got down to the actual kits for each project yet, you know, like there's die cut shapes and all sorts of bits and pieces. So the full instructions are going to be included with this class, which I think really probably is the value of the class. You get to be part of a Facebook group where they do live demonstrations and how-tos and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be amazing. It's available now until it sells out. Okay, the actual retreat will be held here in Australia from the 17th to the 19th of July. It's all online, and it's going to be an amazing thing. So I'm pretty excited about it. All right, I'm just going to scroll back up and see if I've missed anything important. I did think, I'm sorry about that, Rose. I did think afterwards, if I had done it again, I probably would have done this biggest size in Secret Sea and then put this cloud cover stripy piece the next size down. But then I also would have been working with the smaller circles. So that would have changed a little bit, but that might have given the card a bit more contrast. Sorry about your eyes, though. Sorry about that. All right. I'm going to move that out of the way, okay, and I'm going to bring in the thing that I want to show you, which was not the Scrapbooking Retreat kit. It's actually a new kit, and some of you have seen it. I know it's already been very popular. I really, really love it. Oh, you weren't going to get it, Colleen? I think a few people are feeling that way as well, you know, sitting on the fence, not really sure whether or not it's for them, but I think it's going to be amazing. I've got high hopes for this retreat. So very, very exciting. Oh, you just bought the Sunrise Sailing set, Jenny. That's great. Awesome. Yeah, I hope she's okay as well, Katrina. She was in our Zoom this afternoon, so we did get to see her today. This is a new kit that just came out this month. It's called Beautiful Blues, and you can tell why. It's gorgeous. All right. So it comes with a Stamp and Spot in Night of Navy, and it does have a little stamp set. These words are "You're in my thoughts," and what's this one? "Wishing you comfort," and this one is "Sending love." So these could work really well for thinking of you or even sympathy cards. Okay, they actually would be really, really great to use for that kind of a thing. But I love the colors, just gorgeous, right? She was in earlier, Susie said. Yeah. I'll check up on her a little bit later, either tonight or probably more likely tomorrow. All right. I am going to open up this kit. This is the first time it's been opened by me, so we get to see it. You guys will get to see it first. Well, these are pretty. Look at those little gems. Aren't they gorgeous? Little shimmer gems. And that looks like Blueberry Bushel, doesn't it? It actually, you know what color it looks like? It looks like Pacific Point, which is the color we don't have anymore. But Blueberry Bushel, I think, is the closest to that. So, oh, you made yours up already, Moira. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Jenny. That's no good. But you have a puppy. That's so lovely. That's really good. All right. The kit is in your cart waiting. The nice thing is if you're a demonstrator, you do get it quite a bit cheaper, okay, which is pretty fantastic. So we love that. And you can use your rewards, and this is for everyone. You can use your rewards towards the kit as well. And the kit is your registration for the retreat. You don't have a separate registration. The kit actually is the registration. So, so that's pretty cool. So you mean you made this up last weekend, Moira, this kit? That's super cool. All right, so we've got a D-size block in there, and we have a little roll of tape, a little mini roll of tear and tape, and then we've got our cards. So first on top here we have our envelopes, and the envelopes are lovely. Look, they've just got that beautiful just white, but with that gorgeous coloured flap on the back. Isn't that nice? So we've got, how many does this make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Makes 8 cards. Okay, is that right? I think it'll be right. I'll have a look at the instructions in a second, and that'll confirm that for me. No, 9. I miscounted. There's 9 cards. So it's 3 different designs. 1, 2, and 3. 3 of each. Okay, so this also shows you the stamp set. Okay, in English, French, and German, I believe. I believe so. So, you know, we get our words here, but obviously we've got the English ones that are shipped out in Australia. Then you've got your card bases. So there's 3 of these. 1, 2, and 3 should be. Yep, that's correct. And they're nice just the way they are. Goodness me, you could just stamp a sentiment and call it done. But they've actually added a sentiment here over the top. So they've stamped it and added it to the top of this one. It's a very simple kit. If you're after quick and easy, this is a really great way to go. And so you've got the little, that's the rectangular ones that go on that card that we were just talking about right there. And then you've got a smaller one here, the Sending Love, that goes on this card, and the bigger banner, the Wishing Youth Comfort, that goes on this one here. Okay, so I'll put those to one side for a moment. Then you've got these ones. Oh, it's front and back. Okay, let's just play devil's advocate for a second. Hey, Cherie, you're all alone. Oh, well, I hope you can stick around for a little while, because it's always lovely to have you here, Cherie. Oh, well, Susan did she? Oh, she told me she was going to do a kit, but I didn't realize that she had done this kit. So I must have missed that video. But I'm glad she did, because it's just lovely. So you could, if you wanted to, if you were being very, very frugal, you could cut this in half and put it on a card base. Okay, and then you'd have 2, wouldn't you? So maybe that's cheating, but it's meant to be, you know, one card base that you fold over and you have the same on both sides. But you could cut it up and put it on another card base. Shh, don't tell them I told you that. And then we also have this one here. Okay, so this is, when you look at the instructions, or actually I just sometimes look at the pictures. So this one here is this. The first one I showed you was this, and they've added some bling to it as well. And then this one here is the one that's got probably the most work involved. So you can see they've used this as the background, but then they've actually popped another layer over the top. So let's find said layer. It'll be down here. Here they are. All right, so you've got this layer here that goes over the top and fits inside here, and that creates this lovely background pattern. But could you not also use these as a mask? You know, get your blending brushes out and do some fun things with those. You absolutely could. And you could also emboss them. There's a whole bunch of things I can think of doing with these, other than just, you could just use them as they are, as they've been intended, or you could have a lot of fun and get very creative with these. So the layer would make a lovely mask, I know, right? So yeah, that's awesome. Okay, also in here, this one goes on top of this, so it's meant to go, can you see there, they've got that on top. I can see that you could use these in a whole variety of different ways. Okay, and then they've also got a whole bunch of other little shapes that layer in here as well. So these are really beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So one for each card, and then you've got your masks down the bottom here. I feel like I'm going to have to play with those. You always cut the front, and I'm sure a lot of people do that, Colleen. Cut the front and back off so that you can have an extra card. Why not? Well, why not, Donna? Shall we try that? Let's see what we can do with that. All right, so I was going to make up one of the cards as per the instructions, but instead I'm going to do what Donna said, and we're going to play around and use the mask. So let's see what we can do. So there's a number of things you could do with this. You could, you know, like I said, use a blending brush over it, and that would look really, really pretty. And I think that would be really nice. Should we use blues, or should we go with another color? Maybe I just will go with blues. And I'm going to grab myself, let me see. a basic white thick card base, which I've got one left over from earlier. Here we go. Now, just bear in mind that the card bases that they've used here are 8.5 by 5.5, I believe. Certainly, they're not quite the same size as ours. Now, this is our size card base in metric. So you'll see when you put this on here that it's a bit of a different shape. Okay, so I've got a couple of options. I could cut this a little bit shorter. I'm sort of tempted to do that probably. I could position that on there and I could cut this off down the bottom. Or if I wanted to, I could also, you know, leave that little bit down the bottom and put a greeting there if I wanted to. So you could do it. You think another color, Donna? Okay, I'm just having a look. Could you use die cut upside down and put the white side up? Yes, you could. You absolutely could. So that'd be nice too. I mean, that would just look, wouldn't that actually look really nice on there? It just would look like if I put that on there, you know, the white on white, that actually looks really, really good. I like it on the white too. Looks really great. Yeah, ribbon and a greeting would look good. All right, well, I'm going to grab and a couple of people said they'd like to see another color. You love it when we go rogue. I know, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? Going rogue is always fun. All right, so I'm thinking, what color am I thinking of? I'm thinking maybe going towards a purple. What do we think about a purple? We could go pink, or we could pink or purple. Which way will we go? You like the blue with the white. I know it's my favorite too, Susie, but we're just going to try something a little bit different tonight. So the question is, will we go with like a Highland Heather, or we could go with Pretty in Pink. Pretty in Pink is going to be nice. Purple, says Cherie. Strawberry Slush, says Janine. Ooh, that sounds good. Barbara said purple, and I think Barbara's first. Sheila said purple. Strawberry Slush is Janine. Purple, pink, purple. All right. Okay, purple it is. So I'm going to start out with some Highland Heather. And we can, if we want to darken it up, we can always go up to Gorgeous Grape. Okay, so orange and blue. Oh, well, that would be, we could do those too, but I've just got to pick something, right? So I'm starting with the purples. All right, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this in place, and I'm not going to move it. I'm just going to make sure wherever I start it with, that's where we're going to finish. And I'm just making sure that that's set up where I want it to, and I'm just going to start coloring. Oops. So you're going to be a little bit careful because it will move if you're not careful. Do I do all one color, or should I bring in some different colors? I think I'll just do all one color tonight. Just go nice and simple. You won't see me. I did have someone say this to me the other day that different people do different things. Okay. I tend, because my main goal is that for you guys to have an easy and fun crafting experience. That's my goal. Because of that, I don't tend to do a lot of really complicated cards because I want you guys to see what I make, and first of all know that you can create with a simple cards and still be very, very beautiful. But also the other thing, I think that it's rewarding to I mean, the reason I make cards is because they're pretty quick and simple. Okay, and I can create like a little bite-sized piece of artwork without needing to have, you know, a giant canvas or anything like that. I'm going to move this and we're going to have a look and see how it's looking. Ooh, it's quite pretty. Don't you think that's nice? All right, I'm going to put it back on. And I'm just going to, it's easy to reposition. You just put it back down where it was. And I'm going to go up and put a bit of darker color in some areas. Oh, Elaine, that's fantastic. 6 weeks away. How good. That's fantastic. Did you see some amazing things in your caravan in that 6 weeks? I hope you did. All right, so I'm making sure it's still in the same place as before, and I'm going to add some darker bits here and there. So Gorgeous Grape is very, very similar tonally to Highland Heather, but it has it's a much deeper tone. It's a little bit Night of Navy compared to Misty Moonlight. Same tone, just deeper. So I'm adding some color in various places to make some light and dark. Okay, let's smooth that out. Okay, it's a lot darker here. Maybe I should add a little bit more darkness in a couple of spots, but I'm liking it. It looks good. It's easy to reposition. You just put it down so you can't see any of the white background. There we go. Oh yeah, that's better. I'm going to do a little bit more of that. You guys know, and I was telling the girls on the Zoom today that I love the blending brushes. They're probably my favorite tools that we have right now. You know, I like a lot of the tools. And if ever you're thinking to yourself, you know, I'd like to invest some money into my craft, but I don't know where to start, tools are where I would tell you to start. Okay, I just think that that's the best place to invest your money, because your cards will be as good as the quality of your tools. No, it does look good just with those two, don't you think? All right, so the question is, do I cut this off? Because I feel like maybe it's a little bit low down for a greeting, and then add a greeting in a, you know, on a banner across. I think maybe that's what I'll do. So I'm actually going to get my trimmer in, and I'm going to cut this shorter. And I'm going to cut it right there on this line. So we have the same amount at the top and the bottom. That looks good. And then remember, we have those lovely, let me find them, these little guys. And I'm deciding which one I want to have, because we have the stamps that are in this little set are really pretty. And I'm deciding if I go with the You're in My Thoughts, I need this little guy here. If I do Wishing You Comfort, I'll need the bigger one. I think maybe You're in My Thoughts. And I really like, I don't know if you can see it, such a nice font, really nice. Yep, we cut it off, and I hope everyone was happy with that. All right. Oh, thank you, Jane. I appreciate that you think it looks good in the colors. All right, let's add this to a block. And I'm going to go with the Gorgeous Grape. I'm just going to tap that onto my ink pad. And I'm going to pop that right there, like that. Now it has got like a little border around that's coloured around the edges of the, so we could just pop this straight on, do you know what I mean? But I feel like it would look really good with maybe a tiny mat behind it to make it stand out a little bit more even. What do you think? And I could even put that up higher if I wanted. So we go higher. But this is kind of a white space here, so I'm thinking that that might be the right spot for that. Okay. Let me grab. I could go with a little bit of black around for, or I could go with my, I'm just wondering that is this going to stand out enough if I put this around? It'll look good, but I think maybe black would stand out a little bit better. Yep, it would. All right, let me grab some. Looking for a scrap of black that I had on my desk a little earlier, but of course now I don't. Go to my scrap drawer. So I find the easiest way sometimes to do this is to glue it down and then who's making a Tigger inspired card? Siobhan. That's a cool idea. All right, so I'm doing this on the black because it's gonna add a bit more contrast and stand out more on this card. And I'll just use my trimmer to cut that off. And let's pop that in there and okay, that looks better. It's just a small mat, but it makes a difference. Like about there. About here. Lots of possibilities, Donna. That's what we love about kits. There's always possibilities. And I think it's really hard to go past blue and white, to be honest. I mean, I'm showing you a different thing to do today, but the blue and white is just so stunning. I've always had a thing for blue and white. I used to have a blue and white lounge. It was like blue and white stripes. And I loved it so much. All right, I'm having a look at these and I'm thinking, what else do we need? We might just, I'll tell you what, this, these ribbons both would look lovely with this. And I've still got them out on the table after the last card. So we've got the white and the silver again, or the iridescent. I'm thinking maybe the iridescent this time. So let's do that. Siobhan, it's a good one. You won't be sorry. I really like this kit. I'm a big fan of kits anyway because I think, you know, they are great for getting you going when you don't know what direction to move in. And I think for that reason, kits have a lot of value. They're also really great for people who haven't done a lot of a lot of card making or scrapbooking or anything. They haven't done a lot of paper craft and they're just wanting to start and dip their toes in the water. Great for people like that. Also good if you're going away for the weekend and you want something crafty to do when you're away, but you don't want to pack everything. You can just pack a kit and nearly everything you need is in it. You might need some glue dots or glue. All right. So now that I've got this on here, I feel like I maybe should have gone up a little bit higher because the ribbon will be down too low. Let me see if I can pull this off. All right. All right, that's better. And then I'm going to use my glue dots. So this is not what I intended to be doing tonight, but it's turned out rather fun. I rather like it. All right, so there we've got our little bow there on the side. That looks good, doesn't it? Isn't that pretty, that bow? Love, love, love. All right, then we're going to need some bling. Let me grab my bling bucket. So we've got some silver bling. We've got some... These are really lovely. I love these. These are the ones that go with the arch die set. They are balmy blue and I think it's bubble bath. Does it say on the back? No, it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. But those actually would go. And of course, then another possibility, of course it would go, would be our purple gems. Okay, these ones are Blackberry Bliss, and then we've got our gorgeous grape here. And I think this is Highland Heather. So there's a couple of options. What do we think of those? We could also use, oh, I've got some of these. These are the iridescent faceted gems. Those are nice. And of course we have these. These have got the Fresh Freesia sunburst sequins. Those are super nice. And those would go as well. Purple ones. What's Donna saying? Let me go back. Oh, thank you, Jane. I love that bow too. Someone please explain the sale on products in the suites. You know what? I really feel like I need to completely get my head around all of that special before I start talking about it too much, because I'm worried if I say anything and I'm not right, I haven't quite got it together. So my suggestion is, are you a member of my private VIP group, Donna? I might put something up about that in the private VIP group tomorrow. And if anyone's not a member of the private VIP group, the only stipulation to be in that group is, and it's this one that's on the screen now, that's the name of it on Facebook, Linda Dolke's Private Stamp and VIP group. Anyone can be in that group. The only stipulation is you must be in Australia. And I'm sorry for those of you that are not. There is a good reason why. It's basically because I talked prices and all the things in that group, different promotions and local promotions as well, so that it's just for people who can take advantage of those. So I'm going to put some bling on here. Let's go. Whoop. And I'm going to call that a finished card. I mean, it's pretty simple. Look at that. Such a simple card, but it looks really great, don't you think? I'm really happy with that. You took a couple of kits away with you, Elaine. Fantastic. What a great idea to donate them to the local aged care homes. That's such a great idea. Let me just quickly go and make sure I haven't missed anything. Okay, so I'm going to get these out of the way. And let's bring this one back in again. Okay, so the question you always have is, do we prefer card A or card B? 1 or 2. You can say 1 or 2 or A or B. Which one do we like tonight? Can I explain it next Friday for those not on Facebook? Yes, and I can do it on Tuesday, because Tuesday will actually be, the sale starts on Tuesday. So that'll be when, yes, you can reuse the mask. So I could, I mean, it's all purple here, and I could do this as many times as I wanted, but then I could turn it over and still place it with the navy side up the way it was meant to be, inverted commas, meant to be in the kit. So what are people saying? The purple one, the second one, card A, said Lynn. Oh, but Joy said both. See, that's cheating, Joy. That means you aren't giving me a firm decision. It's not really cheating. It's okay. So we do have a few votes for A, but B seems to be the favorite. Everyone likes this one, and that's the one I didn't even set out to make. How about that? Isn't that always the way? All right. I'm going to come back to me, and here we go. All right. So 24 hours left of our joining special. I do need to tell you about that because it is so amazing. Not only do you get a team of demonstrators, but you also get to get a discount on all your future orders. You get a lot of cool things that are perks of being a demonstrator. You get there's demonstrator only activities and events and all sorts of things, and it's definitely worth being part of just for that. But right now, when you spend $169, you get $303 worth of product. That is a huge deal. And free shipping. Let's not forget that. So I did want to tell you about that because it's only until tomorrow night to take advantage of that. So if you would like to take advantage of it, either reach out to me, send me an email, or visit over here to my blog, which is lookwhatimade.com.au. You can either contact me through there and send me an email, or you can click the join button and actually join. And it's that easy. All you need is a credit card and to follow, you put in your email address and then just follow the prompts. You get to choose all the things that you want in your kit. And then at the end, you just pay with your credit card for those. So that's it. It's that simple. There's nothing tricky or really difficult about it. It's pretty easy. Very easy thing to do, and it's well worth it. I've been doing this now for 19 years this year, and I can't imagine doing anything else. They're an amazing company to work for, and I've enjoyed all of those 19 years. So it's pretty cool. If anyone has any questions, just reach out to me. Of course, you can join anytime, but until tomorrow, it's an even better deal. Thank you, guys. I'm so glad to have you here with me this week. I did have a busy week, but I'm kind of glad I've come to the end of it. Tomorrow's kind of a day off for me, unless anyone has any joining questions, seeing as it's the last year or the last day of the month, I will make an exception. The other thing is, if anybody wants to be part of next month's craft along and to receive the supply pack for next month's craft along, you need to get your order, your May order over $60 in by tomorrow. Okay, so any order over $60 qualifies you automatically, and I'll be sending those out mid next month. All right. I'm so glad you enjoyed them, everyone. It's been great to be here with you. I will be back again early in the week, Monday morning for those of you in my team. I'll be doing a live then, and then Tuesday for Technique Tuesday at 2 p.m. for everyone else. All right. Let me see. Oh, that's what the problem was, Susie. Thanks for letting me know. That's great. You got it sorted out. Fantastic. Good job. Well done, you. Yeah. Oh, it's not Happy King's birthday weekend here. That's next weekend. So this weekend, is it King's birthday weekend in New Zealand? Because ours is the 9th of June is the Monday holiday for the King's birthday weekend. Oh, you're very, very welcome. And thank you for yours. Thank you to everyone who shows up here on a Friday night and every other crafty video to be part of this great community, because I would be nothing without you guys. So I'm so grateful that you guys show up, and I will keep showing up for you as much as I possibly can. All right, you guys. I will have a look, Joy. Absolutely. All right. And I will see you all soon. Have a fantastic evening and a great weekend. Thanks, guys. Bye.